Okay, I would like to make a motion to amend the agenda to add an ordinance for introduction by title only, entitled ordinance providing, approving the application and authorizing a financial agreement for a long-term tax exemption by and between the Borough of Kenilworth and Kenilworth Redevelopers Urban Renewal LLC.
Point of order. I would like to make a motion to table this introduction, considering we only received any version of the agreement in executive session. So, again, I would like to make the motion that that the introduction of the ordinance be tabled until we have an opportunity to review the ordinance and the financial agreement.
Councilman, just to correct it, it's not a point of order, that's part of your discussion on whether or not to vote yea or nay on whether the mayor will allow discussion. It's just not a point of order, you can discuss it during during the consideration of the vote. The point of order has to do with procedure.
Yeah, and I didn't get to say.
Well, I thought we were going to try to table it during Mark's.
Well, there wasn't any discussion on the previous, I'm sorry.
Either way.
No, I thought Mark was in the middle of his.
I was ready to second the motion. I was ready to second that motion, and you jumped in.
Councilman,
All right, it's a second.
That's the point of order.
Councilman, mine is just technical, I'm not taking
That's
any
fine.
position.
Seriously, okay.
Second. All right.
Now discussion, go for it.
Again, we're voting on an ordinance authorizing a pilot agreement. With only, while we're in the executive session, quite frankly, I don't think it's good practice for any one of us as a member of the governing body to vote on an introduction of anything, let alone an ordinance for a pilot program, without having at least 6 or 7 days to look at it and bounce it off each other.
Okay, we had a special meeting on Thursday, and this agreement was spoken about in detail. We just had an executive session and went into detail about the minor changes in some verbiage that were made to the original agreement. So, I just want to say that.
There would, well, as to the pilot, some of the changes were major, at least one was, or two was, in the redevelopment agreement. But more importantly, for the pilot program, I mean, we just saw it tonight, we just saw it while we were in the executive session, let alone, and now you're asking us to vote on it. I mean, it's just not in practice.
We've spoken about in depth on our special meeting last week, not even 7 days ago, Thursday.
I disagree. I think what happened last Thursday, I was here, was a very high-level discussion in education provided by the financial advisor, explaining to us what a pilot program was and how it works and the reason for it. We never really got into specifics. They mentioned what they would attempt to negotiate for, what it could, what the numbers could be or what they are, but we never actually saw the final numbers, and we certainly never saw and discussed what the actual provisions of the agreement would
I
entail.
actually made notes on them on the meeting and had the same notes that was presented tonight. So, I need a motion to amend the agenda for ordinance for introduction.
You already did it.
You
There's-
have to second it? Okay.
Now that's the end of discussion.
Okay,
Take a
so
vote.
we'll do a vote.
Councilwoman Cesari?
Yes.
Councilman David?
Yes.
Councilman Fitzgerald?
No?
Councilman Valley?
Yes.
Councilman Pence?
No.
Councilman Fabrizio?
No.
Yes.
Okay, I make a motion to introduce the ordinance entitled ordinance approving the application and authorizing a financial agreement for a long-term tax exemption by and between the Borough of Kenilworth and Kenilworth Redevelopers Urban Renewal LLC.
Second.
I think we just went through this.
Did we? I didn't think so.
Yes.
We did this already. Okay, thank you. I guess we
Long
got
night.
confused. It's a long night. Next for council consideration is the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Councilman Dottie, seconded by Councilwoman Cesari.
Resolution 25 are listed on the consent agenda.